Nathan, where the hell are you? Dude, seriously, this is important. I've got a client for you. I swear to God, if you ignore this text, I am going to track you down and bring you back. What do you want, Jay? Where are you? We have work to do. I am at my cabin. I needed a break. Okay, break's over. This client only wants to work with you. Why me? She's from your hometown. She knows you. What's the name? Kate Young. Kate Young? Yeah, ring any bells? She was my high school teacher. I am not talking to her. Yes, you are. It's non-negotiable. No, just tell her I am busy. Nathan, we are taking up this case no matter what. Why? Because she is offering a lot of money, and we're partners in this business. You can't make all the decisions. What's the case? She will tell you once you text her. I am sending you her contact info. Get in touch with her ASAP. Man, I am really not sure about this. Am I missing something? Do you have a problem with her? No problem. Forget about it. I will text her. Okay, good. We need clients like her to stay in business. You have to put aside your differences. Yeah, you're right. James and I started this PI firm a while back, but recently we have been struggling to keep it afloat. I know his heart is in the right place when he asks me to take up Kate Young's case, but he isn't aware of my life in my hometown. Everybody there knows who I am and what I had to see. They all looked at me with pity whenever I used to go out. That's the reason I left town 10 years ago and haven't gone back since. I already know what her case is going to be, but I am still dreading talking to her. It's not easy for me to let my past merge in with my present. I left that town for a reason, to get away from everything and everyone. Mrs. Young's arrival back in my life is not going to be good for me. Hi, Mrs. Young. This is Nathan. I was asked to text you, so we can chat about your case. Of course, Nathan. It's been far too long. It's good to hear from you. You too, Mrs. Young. Don't be so formal. I am not your teacher anymore. You can call me Kate. Right. Kate, what can I help you with? I think you're aware of the case. Elle? You have to do something, Nathan. She can't die in vain. It's been 10 years, Kate. I am not sure what I can do now. Don't say that. You couldn't do anything back then, but you're capable now. You knew her better than anyone. If you can't do this for her, please do it for me. Do it for a mother. You know I loved her more than anyone. I was shattered when she died. I wanted to burn the world down, but I couldn't do anything. The cops couldn't find anything. Why are you sure I can? I just know you won't let her down. She meant so much to you. You couldn't do anything then, but you can now, Nathan. I don't want to force you, but think about it and get back to me. Okay, give me some time. I will let you know. I know James would be downright livid if I refused the case, but it could be catastrophic for me to return to my hometown and dig around for Elle's case. Elena Young, my high school sweetheart and Kate Young's daughter. She and I were inseparable until the unfortunate incident that took her away from me. I was devastated. Everyone looked at me like I was a broken doll after she was gone. I couldn't go on with my life in that town after her, so I packed up my stuff and left. I haven't looked back since, but my Kate is right. Maybe I could bring her justice, and it would bring me peace. I think after 10 years, I can face my demons again. Kate? Yes, Nathan. I will do it. Oh, you have no idea how happy that makes me. I will do right by her. I promise. Okay, will you come back to town? Yes, but I will have to read up on the case. Will you send me whatever info you have on the case? Yes, of course. Hey, are you still in touch with Andrew? No, I haven't seen him since I left. He used to be your best friend, right? Yeah, in school. Did you know he was a person of interest in Elena's case? He was? Did the cops find something? No, they didn't find anything, but I think he was the last person to talk to Elena. That's why they kept calling him back. I thought you would have known. No, I had no idea. I will look into him too. Send over that case paperwork to me. I will start the work soon. Yeah, sure. I will send those right away. I knew what I had gotten myself into. It will be a hard journey for me. To confront the people from my past who knew me too well will be a problem. I hadn't seen Andrew in a long time. I don't think he will ever agree to talk to me. Elena and Andrew were close, like siblings really. We had all the same classes, the three of us. We used to hang out together all the time. Andrew and Elena lived next door to each other. I think that's why they had a special bond. I was actually jealous of them at times because they were like family, and I felt out of place. Could he have done it? Was he capable of hurting someone so close to him? I knew I had to figure it out. Kate sent me all the info that she had, and I began reviewing it. Hey, you want to talk about the case? Aren't you on another one? It was a small robbery. I solved it. I know Kate asked you to be on the case, but I just thought two heads are better than one. I didn't want James to know about my past, but we always shared the details of the case we were working on. As he said, two heads were indeed better than one, but I couldn't share all the details with him, so I decided to share some and conveniently hid some of it, so it won't look suspicious. Sure. 10-year-old murder case. Victim was Elena Young, Kate's daughter. She was 16 when she died. Persons of interest are Mr. Jones, a shopkeeper who wasn't very fond of Elena. They had a couple of fights publicly. A lot of people in town saw it. Second one is Andrew Smith, classmates with Elena, next-door neighbor, last person to see her alive. We don't know the exact location of Kate at the time of death. Okay, any boyfriend of the victim? No one is mentioned. Okay, I can't do much with this info. You're going to have to talk to each of them to find out more. Yeah, I am on it. Okay, keep me posted. I might be useful once we have more info. Yeah, I know. I will send you updates. I knew I had to talk to the people mentioned in the suspect list, but that doesn't mean I wasn't dreading it. God knows what will happen when I talk to Andrew after so long. I decided to play it safe and talk to Kate first. Hey, Kate, I have a couple of questions for you. Are you free to talk right now? Oh, yeah, I am free. You didn't come to town yet? Not yet. I will if there's need. Okay, I can answer your question over text. Shoot. Okay, so you haven't mentioned where you were that night. I was at the hospital. Why? My boyfriend was in a car crash that evening, and I left as soon as I heard. Okay, where was Elena when you left for the hospital? She was at home watching TV. She told me that Andrew was going to come over, so I didn't have anything to worry about. So Andrew was at your house that night? No, Elena said he was going to come over. I never saw him. Right. But he probably came over if Elena was expecting him, right? You're going to have to ask Andrew about that. All I know is that when I came back, Elena was gone. Nobody was home. Did you try to find her? No, I thought she and Andrew must be out together. They used to hang out all the time. His parents and I were okay with it. Still, it was pretty late. Like I said, there was no reason for me to be worried. They used to go out all the time. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Right. I will talk to Andrew. Thank you for your time, Kate. No worries. Keep me updated, will you? Yes, ma'am. She had complete trust on Andrew. Maybe he took advantage of that. Maybe he liked her more than a friend. Maybe he couldn't take no for an answer. There were so many questions floating around in my head, and only one person had the answers to all of them. I picked up my phone to text Andrew, but my nerves got to me again. I texted Mr. Jones instead. His number was listed in the case file. I thought he could answer some of my questions before I talked to Andrew, finally. Hi, Mr. Jones. This is Nathan. I used to live in your town. I am investigating the murder of Elena Young that occurred 10 years ago. You are in the suspect list from that time. I was wondering if you could answer some of my questions. I didn't hear from Mr. Jones for a couple of hours. I decided to send another message, but couldn't. He had blocked my contact. I was unable to talk to him. If he wasn't suspicious before, he sure is now. Finally, I had exhausted all of my options to delay texting Andrew. He was only one who could give me some answers. Hey, Andrew, this is Nathan. Are you free to talk? What the fuck do you want from me? I want to talk about Elena Young. Elena Young? Is that what we're calling her now? RL? I am investigating her death. I heard you were the last person she talked to. What the hell are you doing, Nathan? Getting involved again? Do you want to ruin my life? Can't you just leave me alone? What did you talk about with Elena when you saw her that night? I am not telling you shit. My life has been a living hell since 10 years. You left me to fend for myself. You made your life while I was roaming from police station to police station. You ruined my life and I don't owe you anything. I can ruin your life even more if you don't answer me right now. Still a fucking prick, I see. You know what? I will tell you the truth. I would appreciate it. I went over at her place that night. We watched TV for a while and then she asked to go out. I refused, but she was adamant. She said she wanted to see her boyfriend, who were you, by the way. We left her house and found you in the park near your home. You were high and you offered us a joint too. I took it, but she refused. We used to hang out every day, so there was no reason for me to be worried until you started forcing yourself on Elena. I grabbed you and pushed you back, then you punched me and pinned down Elena. She was crying and saying no, but you weren't listening. You were so filled with rage that she was saying no to you that you grabbed a knife from your back pocket and slashed her throat right in front of my eyes. Bullshit. Tell me the truth, like you did 10 years ago. That wasn't the truth. That was the story you made up to protect yourself, and I am done hiding it from the world. You have already ruined 10 years of my life. I don't care what you do now. I am going to tell the truth to the cops. I can make your life miserable, Andy. Don't do anything stupid. You have been a good boy for 10 years. I think you can do it again. I haven't let you go to jail, have I? I have been protecting the both of us. I don't need your protecting. I didn't do anything wrong. You might have gaslighted me when we were kids, but you can't do it now. You withheld the truth from the cops. That's a crime, Andrew. Tread carefully. You know what? I will do as you say, on one condition. Of course, anything. You tell me everything that happened that night, and you tell me why you did what you did. Okay, I will do that. Not here. Come back to town and meet me at my house. Why? Because I know the truth, and I am threatening you with it. I will tell the truth if you don't come back. I can deal with the consequences. Okay, fair. I will come back and we can talk about it, but you have to keep it under the covers for both of our sakes. Okay. I went back to my hometown to have a chat with Andrew. I avoided everyone and made my way to his house. He had a look of disgust when he saw me first. I told him we are both going to go down if he told the truth. I said we should stick to the story we made up 10 years ago. He agreed and asked me to tell him what happened that night from my perspective. I told him everything. I couldn't control my rage when she said no. It's like I went crazy or something. He started crying and yelling. She was like a sister to me, man. He shouted before smashing a glass against the wall. If I could control my rage right now looking at you, then you could have controlled your rage in front of her. He was breaking down. I told him to calm down. I will calm down when you're rotting in jail, asshole, he said mere moments before 3 cops came in, pointing their guns at me. He had put up a show to lure me back to town, and I had fallen for it like an idiot. Before the cops took me away, Andrew handed me a letter. Something for you to read when you're in prison, he said, and the cops dragged me out of there. Andrew's letter. Hi, Nate. I hope you're miserable right now. Just to tell you that Elena's loved ones did this for her. After you left town, the cops were on my back. I broke down. I had known what happened to her, but I couldn't say anything because you threatened me. I was depressed for a long time. Kate and I used to talk from time to time, but mostly about Elena. I was ashamed that I didn't even tell Kate about that night. I wanted to end it all. I was standing in Elena's room with 15 painkillers in my hand, ready to let it all go when Kate found me. She started crying immediately because she knew I had known what happened to her little girl all this time. Elena was family to both her and I, and you took her away from us. That was the day we decided to bring her justice. From the moment Kate reached out to your little PI firm, it has been part of our plan. I knew you would take the case because you would want to be close to it, so your name never comes up. You're so predictable, Nathan. After that, everything just got into place. Hats off to your acting skills, though. You played the part of the detective authentically, even though you knew who the killer was since the beginning. You questioned every suspect with professionalism. I hope you rot in prison for the rest of your life, and I hope Elena finally finds peace.